My beloved child. There is a reason your attention has been drawn here at this exact moment, because not every feeling that rises in your heart arrives without meaning, and not every quiet thought appears without purpose. Right now, something around you has been whispering for your attention in a way that is easy to overlook, yet impossible to ignore forever. A woman close to you has been carrying an energy you have noticed, even if you could not fully explain it. Perhaps it came through a pause in her voice, a different look in her eyes, a silence that felt heavier than usual, or words that sounded ordinary but left a strange echo inside your mind. You felt it, even if you told yourself it was nothing. Do not dismiss that feeling too quickly, because sometimes the smallest change carries the beginning of a meaningful truth. Do not skip, because what is unfolding is connected to something deeper than what first appears. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the clarity you have been searching for may begin with understanding what has not yet been spoken aloud. There are moments when people stand close to you physically, yet their thoughts are moving through hidden places you cannot immediately reach. That does not always mean distance, and it does not always mean loss. Sometimes it means a person is standing at the edge of a realization they are not yet ready to speak. Sometimes someone close is trying to understand what they themselves are feeling before they allow another person to see it clearly. This is why what feels unclear right now has not arrived to confuse you forever. It has arrived because a hidden layer is slowly preparing to come forward. You may have noticed that recently her presence feels different. Not dramatically different, not enough for everyone around you to notice, but enough that your spirit has quietly asked questions. Why did that conversation feel unfinished? Why did that glance remain in your memory longer than usual? Why did one ordinary moment suddenly feel as though it carried more meaning than before? These are not random questions. They appear because your heart senses movement before your mind receives explanation. And this is where many people make a mistake. They rush to conclusions too early. They create stories before truth has time to breathe. But your moment now is not for rushing. Your moment now is for watching carefully, listening deeply, and understanding that what is hidden is not always hidden forever. Something important is developing beneath the surface. A truth connected to this woman is not arriving through noise. It is arriving through quiet signals. The world often expects loud moments to announce change, but many meaningful turns begin in silence. A delayed message. A softer tone. A sentence left unfinished. A hesitation before answering. These things seem small until the day you realize they were the first signs of something real moving into view. Do not skip, because one detail may soon make many past moments suddenly make sense. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what now feels uncertain may soon connect in a way you did not expect. There is also something you must understand carefully. Unclear does not always mean negative. Unclear can mean unfinished. Unclear can mean someone standing between old thoughts and new understanding. Unclear can mean a heart deciding how much truth it is ready to reveal. Sometimes a person close to you becomes quiet because they are choosing their words with more care than before. Sometimes they step back not because they are leaving, but because they are measuring what matters. What you feel may be connected to something she has been carrying internally for longer than you know. There may be thoughts she has not expressed because timing matters more than words spoken too early. There may be meaning behind ordinary behavior that only becomes visible when the right moment arrives. Think carefully about recent days. Was there a moment that seemed ordinary but stayed with you longer than it should have? A sentence repeated in your memory? A small gesture that felt unusually intentional? A silence that somehow said more than speech? These moments are often where deeper truths begin to reveal themselves. The truth approaching may not arrive dramatically. It may come through a single clear sentence, one unexpected conversation, one honest moment that changes how you understand what has been happening around you. And when that moment comes, you may realize that what felt unclear was never empty. It was simply waiting. There are people who speak quickly, and there are people who reveal themselves only when their inner world has settled enough to trust what they feel. A woman close to you may be standing exactly in that place now, between uncertainty and clarity, between holding back and finally allowing something meaningful to be known. Something huge is waiting for you, but it requires patience in this moment. The strongest truths often arrive quietly before they become impossible to ignore. And while you wait, pay attention not only to words, but to timing. Timing often reveals what language hides. Why now? Why this change recently? Why this new atmosphere that you cannot fully explain? These questions matter because timing often carries truth more honestly than speech. You are not being asked to force answers. You are being asked to remain aware, because what is unclear now may soon open in a way that feels deeply significant. Do not skip, because the next moment in this story may come when you least expect it. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and one hidden piece is already moving toward the light. Sometimes the reason something feels unclear is because a person close to you has reached a turning point inside themselves. A decision may be forming. A realization may already exist but has not yet been shared. A truth may already be alive, simply waiting for courage, peace, or the right opening. And when truth finally steps forward, you often look back and realize your heart noticed before your mind understood. This is why today matters. Because awareness now will help you recognize meaning when the moment arrives. The next conversation, the next unexpected look, the next quiet shift, any one of these may carry more than it seems. Keep watching carefully. Because what is hidden is not remaining hidden forever. And what is meaningful often appears just after the season when everything felt uncertain. Not every truth arrives the moment you begin searching for it, and sometimes the deepest answer comes only after a season where everything feels suspended between silence and meaning. What has felt unclear around this woman close to you may not remain hidden much longer, because there are moments when a person reaches the point where holding everything inside becomes heavier than finally allowing truth to appear. Do not skip, because the next part of this message carries something many people fail to notice until it is too late. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and one detail may soon change the way you understand recent days. There is a hidden reason certain moments have stayed in your thoughts longer than expected. You may have tried to move past them, but they returned quietly. An unfinished sentence, a delayed answer, a look that seemed to carry more meaning than the words spoken around it. This happens when something beneath ordinary interaction begins pressing toward the surface. The mind notices details, but the heart often senses the deeper movement first. What makes this moment powerful is that the truth may already be near, even if it has not yet fully shown itself. A person can stand close to you while carrying thoughts they have repeated silently many times before saying even one word aloud. A person can appear calm while deciding whether now is the right moment to let another person see what has been hidden inside. That is why what feels unclear now may actually be a sign that something meaningful has reached its final quiet stage before becoming visible. There are changes that happen without announcement. A softer tone than before. A new carefulness in speech. A question asked in a way that seems simple, yet carries unusual depth. A moment where attention lingers longer than usual. These signs often look ordinary until one day everything connects and you realize they were not ordinary at all. Do not skip, because many people miss the exact second when meaning begins to reveal itself. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what once looked small may soon appear unforgettable. Sometimes a woman close to you becomes quieter because she is measuring what should be spoken and what should wait. Sometimes silence is not emptiness, it is preparation. A person who once spoke freely may suddenly become careful because the weight of what is forming inside has changed. This does not always happen because of confusion. Sometimes it happens because clarity has arrived, but words are still being chosen. You may soon witness a moment where something simple carries unusual importance. One ordinary exchange may suddenly feel different. One sentence may sound ordinary to others but reach you with unmistakable meaning. And when that happens, you may understand why recent days felt filled with quiet questions. Something huge is waiting for you, because meaningful truth often chooses a precise moment to arrive. It does not always appear when demanded. It often appears when attention becomes still enough to receive it. There is also another layer many people overlook. Sometimes someone close begins seeing you differently before they know how to explain it. That change does not always show immediately, but it changes behavior in subtle ways. The way they pause before speaking. The way they return to a topic unexpectedly. The way certain conversations seem to begin but never fully complete. These unfinished moments matter more than they appear. Because unfinished moments often belong to truths preparing themselves. And this is why recent uncertainty should not be mistaken for emptiness. What feels unclear may actually be full of meaning that has not yet reached its final form. Do not skip, because the next sign may arrive quietly and you must be ready to recognize it. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the truth may reveal itself through something so simple that others almost miss it. Soon, one small moment may explain many past moments at once. You may hear a tone that suddenly feels certain. You may notice that what once seemed distant now feels intentional. You may realize that the uncertainty was never random, it was only the space before understanding. And when that happens, you will remember that deep truths often move slowly before they become undeniable. There is no need to force anything now. Watch carefully. Listen carefully. Let time uncover what pressure cannot. Because some revelations arrive only when the right silence has completed its work. And what is near now may already be closer than you think. There are moments when everything appears unchanged on the outside, yet beneath that calm surface a powerful shift has already begun. This may be exactly where you are now. What feels unclear about this woman close to you may not be confusion at all. It may be the quiet stage before something deeply meaningful becomes impossible to hide. Do not skip, because some truths arrive only once, and if you miss the small signs, you may not understand why this season feels so unusual. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next part of this message may connect thoughts you have carried silently for longer than you realize. Sometimes the strongest sign is not what someone says, but what they suddenly stop saying. A person who once answered quickly may now pause. A person who once moved lightly through conversation may now choose words more carefully. Even a small delay can hold meaning when the heart is deciding how much truth it is ready to release. This is why recent moments may have felt unusual without obvious explanation. You noticed something, even if you could not name it. You sensed a change in rhythm, a difference in presence, a new layer hidden inside ordinary interaction. And what makes that important is this. Your attention may have arrived before the full truth did. A meaningful truth often sends signals before it fully appears. That is why one ordinary day can suddenly become unforgettable. One conversation can sound simple but carry more weight than expected. One unexpected sentence can reveal what silence had been protecting for a long time. Do not skip, because the meaning behind recent moments may soon stand directly in front of you. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the smallest detail may soon explain everything. There are times when someone close begins carrying a thought they return to again and again before ever speaking it aloud. They replay possible conversations in their mind. They imagine what could happen if truth is spoken too soon or too late. This creates the exact kind of unclear energy you may be feeling now. Because what is inside them has become active, even if it is not yet visible. And here is what many people fail to understand: when a truth becomes strong enough inside someone, it begins affecting everything around them, even before words appear. Their tone changes. Their timing changes. Their attention changes. Even ordinary moments begin carrying unusual depth. Perhaps you have already seen signs without realizing how important they were. A repeated glance. A moment of unexpected quiet. A sentence that sounded ordinary but remained in your thoughts long after it ended. A strange feeling that something was about to be said, yet the moment passed. These things matter because hidden meaning often moves this way before revealing itself. Something huge is waiting for you, because truths that arrive slowly often arrive with surprising clarity when the moment finally opens. And there may be another reason this season feels so different. Sometimes a person close to you reaches a point where they no longer see you through the same lens as before. A thought deepens. A realization forms. A truth becomes impossible to ignore internally, even if outwardly everything still appears calm. This creates that feeling you cannot explain, the feeling that something is present, but unfinished. Do not skip, because unfinished moments often become the beginning of unforgettable ones. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what seems unclear today may become the exact reason tomorrow feels unforgettable. Very often, the moment before truth appears feels strangely quiet. Almost too quiet. It can feel as if nothing is happening, while in reality everything important is aligning beneath the surface. That is why patience matters now. Not passive waiting, but careful awareness. Because the next ordinary interaction may not be ordinary at all. One small exchange may suddenly carry honesty. One small sentence may answer questions you never spoke aloud. One small shift may reveal why your heart kept noticing what your mind could not explain. And when that moment arrives, you may realize that nothing you sensed was accidental. The unclear feeling was never empty. It was the early shadow of something meaningful approaching. Keep your attention steady. Because some truths choose quiet doors before they enter fully. And what is near now may already be preparing to reveal itself sooner than expected. What makes this moment extraordinary is that sometimes the truth does not arrive as a dramatic event, it arrives as a quiet sentence that suddenly changes how you understand everything that came before. The unclear feeling around this woman close to you may now be reaching that exact point, where silence can no longer hold what meaning has been building underneath. Do not skip, because many people look back later and realize the sign was right in front of them, but they did not recognize its value when it first appeared. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and one simple moment may soon carry more meaning than an entire season of questions. There are hidden turning points that happen without announcement. A person wakes up one day with thoughts they can no longer push aside. A feeling they tried to organize quietly becomes too real to ignore. A truth they once delayed begins asking for expression. This is often when everything around them starts changing in subtle ways. You may already be standing near such a turning point. That is why recent conversations may have felt slightly different, even if nothing obvious was said. A word chosen more carefully. A pause before answering. A look that carried unusual depth for just 1 second longer than normal. These moments are rarely random. They often belong to a truth approaching its moment. Sometimes someone close becomes more thoughtful because they are deciding whether now is finally the right time to let another person see what has been quietly growing inside. And what makes this powerful is that once such truth begins moving, it often reveals itself through ordinary moments no one expects. Do not skip, because the next ordinary moment may not be ordinary at all. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and what feels unclear now may soon become impossible to misunderstand. There is also something surprising you must remember: not every revelation begins with direct explanation. Sometimes truth first appears through consistency. Through repeated attention. Through a subtle change that keeps returning until you can no longer dismiss it. A person may begin showing meaning before speaking it. They may return to certain conversations. They may ask questions differently. They may notice things about you they did not mention before. They may become careful with moments that once passed casually. This is how deeper truth often enters visible life, slowly, then suddenly. Something huge is waiting for you, because once hidden meaning reaches maturity, even one sentence can feel unforgettable. And if you have felt recently that certain moments stayed with you longer than they should have, trust that this may be because your heart has already sensed movement before clarity fully arrived. There are truths that first appear as atmosphere before becoming words. That is why a room can feel different. That is why one glance can remain in your thoughts. That is why silence can suddenly feel full. Do not skip, because these are often the exact signals people understand only after truth has already spoken. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you, and the answer may arrive when you least expect it. A woman close to you may now be standing in a private moment of decision, choosing whether to keep something inside a little longer or allow what is meaningful to finally step forward. And often, when that inner decision becomes clear, everything changes quickly. The sentence finally comes. The unfinished thought becomes complete. The unclear atmosphere suddenly becomes understandable. You look back and realize the signs had been present all along. This is why patience now is not empty waiting, it is wise attention. Because when truth chooses its moment, it often comes through a door no one expected. Perhaps through an ordinary conversation. Perhaps through a quiet reply. Perhaps through a moment that seems small to everyone else but feels unforgettable to you. And when it happens, you may understand why nothing recently felt entirely ordinary. Because something meaningful was already approaching. And now that approach may be closer than ever.